we're doing. I need the Swede. Where's the Swede?
We're just out here getting it done.
Do you need to seek medical attention?
I think so. I might lose my temper.
That's a prostate.
You'll find out.
Forward! That didn't take much.
Larson?
You never know what we're gonna get into, right, Dougal? Ah! You're in the rhubarb! I'm having fun. Good morning. It is a beautiful start to the hottest day of maybe the summer coming up. It's supposed to be 102 degrees actual temperature. I don't know what the heat index is, but it's a beautiful Saturday morning and we got some spraying to do. We're gonna do it a little bit this morning and probably shut down because the crop don't like being sprayed when it's that hot. And I believe it's just me and Randy gonna do a couple fields this morning. Everyone else has plans, so I'm going to do my yearly 1 or 2 fields and try to remember how to do it, which there's a variable. It's going to be muddy. Very, very muddy, which makes me more nervous than anything else. One thing to go spray the field, another thing when you throw the skiing, a 2-track across the field. Could be exciting, guys. So per usual, we're having issues. No hydraulic flows. There's what we're supposed to have. It's not locked, no flowing. The screens were locked up, I had to reboot them. First power cycle of the day being documented. Wake up. Oh. Wow. Worked. Booted. Loading. Ha! Now we got flow. I just don't understand it. Sometimes they gotta be power cycled. So this sprayer was just hooked up last night. So I have no idea. I have no idea. Can you tell? Can you tell by how I have no idea what's going on? Raise! I think the hose popped out. That's my best educated guess. Put them in float. Let's go see. I can see that I should have gotten up earlier. My educated guess is correct. Always check your SUVs. I don't understand why that happens, but it happens on all tractor brands. Sometimes when they get hooked up, I don't know if the pressure's weird or when the first amount of pressure goes to the whatever implement, it'll pop them out sometimes. Okay, now it'll work. It's gonna work. It's not working. Hello? Hello? They look like they're paired correctly. The colors are matching. It's popped out again. That's why. Okay. Irritation level starting to rise. Maybe, just maybe, it'll work this time. Wow, what a challenge that was. We have managed to make it full. All of which was not my fault. It was the tractor's fault. Or the hose's fault. Or just the way life goes in general. But if everything was easy, what would be the point of having a YouTube channel? Life would just be too easy then. Wait a little bit and it should level itself out. It'll sit here and think for a while. Okay, that problem was the boom was too high. It wasn't sensing the ground. Since the sprayer has sat for a couple of weeks, I'm going to blow the boom out so that it don't damage any crop. And then we are, I believe, ready to go to the field because I wanted to unfold it in the yard regardless, just to make sure that, well, you've seen all the problems we had there. Oh, number 2 problem this has been mashed. It's been mashed during a folding process. The zip tie must have broke and it got pinched and cut the hose. What's more concerning is that this thing hasn't sprayed Sonaland since obviously spring planting. It sprayed like, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 acres since then. And this is supposed to be rinse water. And it's yellow because the Sonaland is in the hoses. Okay, I gotta go fix that now. What size line is that? God, that's frustrating. 1/2 inch. So this is a 1/2 inch line, and this is the best I could find for couplers. Water lines from hog barn days. You know how old these are? I hope they aren't dry rotted. That's what I hope. Ooh, good times are being had. Now I gotta reach in my pocket for a hose clamp. Hose clamp 1. Oh, 1/2 inch rubber hose is different than 1/2 inch water line. Let's try this one. Stretching. Come on! 1/2 inch rubber hose must be different than 1/2 inch hog barn. Watch your leg. Whoa. It must be the only 1/2 inch hose we have on the farm because we have no fittings for 1/2 inch. Yeah, when I unfolded it, this is how it was hanging.
Yeah, I don't understand.
And then I think right here is where it hits that.
So it got in there.
Somehow got pinched. Yeah, look at that. Lines up perfect. I hate working in gloves. Okay, he helped me. Eric was here. He's got a golfing tournament that he's in with Jordan, actually, which puts me here, which is fine. But I'm glad he was here to help me just make sure everything, because he knows what he's doing. Anyways, we blew the boom out. Very good decision we did because the Sonaland leached out of the hoses. And so that was good. Once we blasted a little bit through it, water cleaned up. I now know what was going on last year. When we were killing every time we pulled into a bean field, that was definitely Sonaland leaching out. Once that stuff's in a sprayer, it is just impossible to get it to clean out. And we've been actually talking about trying to look into a different pre for black beans just because of this problem, because it literally screws up your sprayer for life, maybe. Okay, I think we're ready. Filling. We're going for 1530, 1540, something like that. Well, I got loaded up and looked back as I was driving in the field, and does that look right? Maybe we should just go home for the day. I don't understand. We blew up a fitting, I think. Do you see right here? Blew the O-ring out for some reason. This is not tight. What's the problem here? Hard to know. Need parts. made parts. You don't need tools when it wasn't even tight, which is why the O-ring blew out. So now I've called Dad because we're away from the farm and he's mixing another load down there, and it's the quickest option. So turn the tractor off because I don't want to put hours on it. Now it's getting really hot out, really hot, really quickly. I'm hungry. I could also use a snack. Got to the farm at 7:30 and now it's 9:30 and I haven't sprayed a thing. Oh, isn't that how farming goes? Make a plan, try to execute the plan, and then everything just flies apart in all directions. We're not the only ones. I know you've experienced this also. Good morning, Duggo. How's your Saturday?
Very warm. I was almost glad to get the call to come and bring parts because I was into some landscape rock stuff.
I
And
bet that's fun.
well, I've soaked
Your
my
hair, look
my
at his
soap-
head again.
I'm all.
Look
Don't
at you.
look too close.
Got a new O-ring. Now we need to tighten it. Now we have to tighten it, and then everything's gonna work for the rest of the day, right? Okay, now the crescent wrench is too big.
I was wondering about that, but of course the crescent wrench hook has
It don't fit.
only had 2 crescent wrenches hanging up there.
Okay, so that's nice. So
Now
now
let's
we
all
get
go
to
home
try
and have
this.
breakfast.
Ooh, I was just saying that, how hungry I am. Okay, we're just gonna do this the farmer way then. Make sure that it's not tight. Oh, and it's a pivoting.
Won't work, huh?
It's a pivoting
Swivel.
swivel. It's a swivel end, and now.
Why don't I go home, get all the wrenches we own, and bring down the correct O-ring set,
I think it'll be fine.
and we'll start over.
It
Look
was
what-
tighter than it started.
Look what I'm down to. I dug it out. I'm gonna be one of them guys.
You remind me of your father. How many other ones are gonna come loose? Look at how far I made it.
Yeah, I'm ready for the next load.
Unreal.
Oh,
It's holding. Flow is working. Oh Lord, please let this go better than it's been going. Please, please, please don't let us have no more trouble today. Oh yeah, right out of the gate, we gotta get in the water. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I don't have AutoPath. AutoPath has left the chat because we've been back in this field planting, so now we're hand steering, which is fine. I guess I've done that before. Oh yeah, even gooder. Ha! This is what I was concerned about. Rookie driver and puddle jumping. Skiing. Oh, for deepness. Oh, for the really deepness. Yeah, we're having fun now. The tracks needed to be cleaned out, I guess. This is how the rest of the spray season, I'm afraid, is going to be. Okay, I got around the field and they're now on auto steer. We went through many puddles, many ditches with water in. similar to that. Weed pressure is bad. We sprayed this all once, and unfortunately, I don't know if it got rained off or Liberty likes it hot, and it was 60s to 70s. And anyways, it was sprayed with Liberty, and there's a cover crop out here. That's the main, well, the biggest weed, I guess, and then water hemp. So I don't know. First pass, and it's not just this field. We have many. So that sucks. It possibly means we got to spray beans 3 times. We'll see, but yeah, very disappointing. I have forgotten how well these top air sprayers float through mud. Like, surprisingly well. Not sinking, not really leaving too bad of ruts. And it's surprisingly dry. I don't think this area got as much rain as out west and around the farm, but it's obviously gotten enough. So now if we were a custom applicator or hired a custom applicator, we could have had an issue here because, can you see really, there ain't much of a difference here. But within the same field, Eric has planted this 65, 67 acres into edibles. So they look very similar at this stage, but I know there is a massive difference, and this chemical will kill them dead. So this is the end of our path. And I guess that was no hate against custom applicators, but you would have had to do dang good instructions on where that line is, because looking that way doesn't look any different. And there's no fence line because it's the same field. And look at how they died. Black beans are dead. That's how they don't like water. And the soybeans have survived where the water was sitting. So that's what we mean by the edibles hate water. Not good. That ain't gonna be the only spot in the edibles that are dead because of too much water. There'll be many areas. So we're doing 20-gallon work, so it's like a 10-mile-per-hour operation. Otherwise, my duty cycle of the Hawkeye gets to be too much because the nozzles are, well, they're 1.0s. They're the biggest that they make. Well, they make bigger ones, but the jumps then get so huge that then it don't work. So 1.0s it is, 20-gallon work at 10 miles an hour. I finally finished this field, Eric's field. It's 2 fields, ditch cutting it through the middle, so it's nothing too efficient, but Eric sprayed north of the ditch. Brody sprayed south of the ditch with the Apache. I'd much rather follow Eric in this machine because you can see where he goes. The Apache was so light that it didn't kill the beans, so it was like, I finally just said I'm spraying it the way I want to spray it instead of trying to see where the track, because the beans didn't die, so that was challenging, and I finally just went for it. So whoever comes back to follow me, it's going to be like, what was this guy doing? So it's been a while. It's been a while. It's one of them things, you do it every single day, and you got your tricks and how you like to do it, and it's just, I can do it. I'm rusty. So this will make more sense now that you've seen the edibles in that last field. Now I'm in a different field, but we did not have autopath in that field, and autopath is this line right here that is steering the headland past because the planter recorded a track on where it seeded. So now I am currently following that track, and it is auto steering around the headlands plus steerable hitching, not running over, well, it may be if it's a guest row, which it is currently. So basically, if the guest row is kind of, going, well, maybe you can see how narrow these 2 rows are here. Now it's going to get wider. Autopath is going to choose, it's going to run on this row, and it's going to keep this side of the tractor in the row because the tractor ain't going to change its spacing. It's going to run on something. So that is pretty neat technology. I am by no means a John Deere advertisement. It's just a cool product. Now, do I agree with how they charge for some of this stuff? No, I don't. I think you spend $750,000 on some of this equipment. I think that you should get this technology with it for free. That's my personal opinion, but I am just a farmer, I guess. Whatever. That's my opinion. I don't agree with how they're charging for a lot of these different upgrades. I think this is awesome technology, and unfortunately they know that it's awesome technology and people will pay for it, which I guess we do. So, and it's even better in combines, or right up there with that. So that, I guess, is my little rant of complaining what it costs but yet loving it. So that's how they get you. It's just like heated and cooled seats and pickups when you go to buy a pickup. Oh, that's in the next That's in the next class. That's another $5,000 option. Oh, really? Huh? You can't just add that to this package? No, you gotta go up to the next leather seats, all that. Speaking of that, I better turn on my massaging seat. It's pathetic, actually. So this was another one of the fields. Started earlier, sprayed up until about dark, and that last load before dark just, it didn't kill right. We got lots of weeds out here in areas, so I don't know. We thought we were trying to save some money. Spraying Liberty first while it wasn't hot enough. I think is the biggest issue. It wasn't hot enough from what we've been hearing. So basically what happened then is the chemistry didn't work, and you can see that throughout this field that the last 80-acre load that they mixed up just didn't kill good. So we're gonna respray the last 80 acres. And what's even sadder is I'm afraid we're gonna have to spray a third time because these are gonna take probably 3 weeks, maybe a month before they're canopied. And well, the weeds are gonna grow again within that long. We'll see what happens, I guess. This makes this a lot less stressful. Sharp curve ahead. Is it gonna round this one? We're gonna see. We're gonna find out if it will round it. Slowing down. Speed is not AutoPath's friend, I'll say that. Use controllable speeds. She's doing it. It's doing it. It did it. It completed it. So those of you that have used border track, that is similar to AutoPath, as it uses the border to auto steer off of. That is something I would like to try, but our boundaries are not perfect. See, our boundary, where our rows are and our boundary is off, so if I was auto tracking, the boom would be 5 feet off. And we intentionally made our boundaries like that for reasons that, well, I don't really know the reasons actually. Didn't want our planter shutting off, I guess. Well, now we have to redo all our boundaries because now boundary track would be nice to use. Remember that spot that the bean planter got stuck in this spring? Right there? Yeah. So that was worth it. We tried. Alright, I ran out of product. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have done this whole field, but with that being said, my water boy is gone. It is getting, now we're fighting the other issue. Now it's so hot, like 100 and some degrees, the weeds start actually protecting themselves from the sun, so then they don't take in the chemistry. Yeah, there's a happy medium. Too cold, too hot, not windy, nice and sunny, and you get about 4 days of spring or summer, early summer of that, it seems like, in Minnesota, which is what forced us into spring when it was too cool because of the weather, resulting in this. Like, look at, I don't know if the camera shows it, you see that different color? Yeah, that's water hems. We'll be spraying the rest of this Monday, I'm guessing. That happened literally like 10 minutes ago. Now it continues to keep blowing the code. I wonder what that could indicate. Okay, I think that's gonna be it. Well, I know it's gonna be it. It's currently 97 degrees. I hate when we park stuff here because it blocks up the driveway, but I'm just trying to shelter the poor machine from the blistering heat. Hate when your deers get sunburned. She's a little mudded up, and I'm sure it's only to get worse. What I'm gonna find interesting is you guys seen how it went today with this, and I know these things go through about anything. Like I've seen them stuck before, obviously you guys have too, but that's typically very, 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 very bad situations. For the most part, if you're on your planter tracks, those things will walk through a lot. My concern, we're gonna see how a 2-wheel drive Apache works on Monday. Now it will obviously be drying a fair amount due to how warm it is, and tomorrow and Monday I think will be pretty nice. And we've got to spray edibles. With that being said, hopefully it's a little better than it was today. Anyways, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one.